about to see dinosaurs. Are you excited? You are?
Yeah.
Okay, we have all our introduced our major characters. John Nolan, most of all.
Thank you. This is where we keep all the dinosaurs that have been
Oh
filmed
my.
on already. So this one, a lamprey, literally moves like this. Look,
That scares me.
really heavy.
No!
It's heavy. You got it?
Now hold up, what is that?
Oh, gosh. Oh, this is heavy.
That's what
Humans are eating them.
He doesn't eat me. This guy doesn't eat me. No.
This is where all the painting happens, but also where a lot of the puppets that we've shot on already are here. Yeah, it's a bit cold in here if you wanted to put this scarf on.
Okay, no, thank you.
This is the Microceratus. Yeah, now she's £6 now.
Is he gonna bite?
But no.
Also, I don't remember seeing her in Dominion. Was this dinosaur in Dominion? Was it the same one they used for Rebirth? The one that they named Dolores that rode in the backpack? I don't know.
It's a real one!
You can feel it breathing.
It's like Sam Neill in the first movie. He goes like this. Oh, I can feel it breathing.
This is baryonyx. I've got the control of the head and the neck here, so I'm literally moving it around.
Being a lost.
Oh yeah, that's the baryonyx that had the prosthetic. See, there are little things like that that just went completely under the radar for me with the later Jurassic World movies, because I wasn't sure how does this animal have, like, what is the backstory here? The movies don't make it exactly clear. What happened to the baryonyx's arm, and who put this makeshift prosthetic on there? Why would you put that on there? I could see it if the park were still up and running and they wanted it to look halfway decent, so they made like a good looking prosthetic that maybe even was, blue like the rest of the arm or whatever. But I was always confused by this baryonyx.
Los Angelino, if you let me borrow that and I go on the 405, I will clear traffic.
This is the Dimetrodon.
She was terrifying. She did an amazing job. Look at the eyeballs on her. I was so completely terrified and never expected it to be so big.
That is a crazy look.
I was really happy that we got to see the Dimetrodon finally. While it's not a dinosaur, it's still one of those creatures that you grew up with. Anytime you had if you bought a set of dinosaur toys, you always got a few figures that might not necessarily be dinosaurs, like the Dimetrodon. And people have been clamoring for Dimetrodon to make an appearance in the series for years, along with a half dozen other dinosaurs. And I said this in another video, so it's kind of a callback here. For people like me, I grew up knowing the basic dinosaurs, and when Jurassic Park came out, it kind of introduced us to new animals. I'd never heard of raptors or velociraptors. I'd never heard of Dilophosaurus. I grew up in the 80s, and where there was no Brachiosaurus. It was just Brontosaurus, because we had things like the Land Before Time, and we had Littlefoot, which is an Apatosaurus, which is another name that I didn't know. So as much of a dinosaur kid that I was in the 80s, I still didn't know all the names. And then by the time we got into like the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, I was considerably older at that point and a young adult. And I could, I was learning so many more dinosaurs as the franchise went on. Think about the Spinosaurus was added, Ankylosaurus was added, all of the various pteranodons flying around, and they were adding more and more. And even here with a Dimorphodon, I'd never heard of a Dimorphodon before. And by the time Jurassic World came out, I had, started to learn. I'd learned dinosaur names I had never heard before, which is both an embarrassment and fun.
Look at, he's got like feathers.
In the film, the actor, he'd be walking through with this on his hand, and then one of the puppeteers would be dressed in this green material. Then it's up to ILM, the visual effects team, to then paint out all the puppeteers that are standing behind.
Hey, we're here. We're here. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? You're right here.
We're here. We're not gonna hurt you.
He's an amazing puppet.
This is the Stiggy Moloch. So you've seen this in the previous film where he headbutts his way through a wall. And we can actually suspend her so that you can just get one puppeteer hiding behind, like this.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
That's what he does. He's a head.
He's been ramming the cage. Okay. So the bars are kind of bent out from where she's ramming the cage. Also, at this point in the franchise, are they still making sure that all of the dinosaurs are still female? I mean, we knew that some of them were changing from female to male because of the frog DNA that they had placed in, but that's something I don't think we touched on. That was an original security feature for Jurassic Park. For Jurassic World, I wonder if he kept that same, I wonder if Wu kept that same security measure in place. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he had buffed out all the bugs by then.
The rammer.
This is the locust.
Look at that thing.
I'm so curious because this is real.
We've got motors inside the creature, and then we've got motors underneath it, and then we hide these motors underneath. The actual Dilophosaurus was never.
Let me just say this. I don't mind the locust plot, and I didn't mind the locusts. As a matter of fact, I was really giddy when I saw that in Dominion. I was like, this is good. You're taking the old premises from the original novels and you're bringing it into the film series. Yeah, let me go back and look at those things. They're pretty gnarly. This one has motors inside of it.
Because this is real.
We've got motors inside the creature, and we've got motors underneath it.
Look at that thing. It's huge. And it really shows the deviousness. Like, everybody has always, given InGen a hard time for what they were doing and what they were trying to do. And then with Jurassic Park 3, it kind of hinted that they were up to stuff beyond just dinosaur theme park, with the Spinosaurus on that island. What were they exactly trying to accomplish? And then, of course, they take that further with Manticorp and Bison, but I didn't mind the locust.
And then we hide these motors underneath. The actual Dilophosaurus was never a spitter. It never had this frill, but obviously for cinematic.
And we'll never forget it.
Exactly, for that cinematic moment, that is it. When you see the Dilophosaurus and you hear that wonderful noise it makes. Nice boy! So that was a real exciting one for us to bring back.
And that.
Exactly.
And the sound.
Exactly.
So awful.
Do you see that, guys?
This is Giganotosaurus.
I didn't realize Jeff Goldblum's children were so young. Of course, I guess I've never seen any of these actors' children before.
Giganotosaurus or
Giganotosaurus, but some people call it the Gigantosaurus.
Gigantosaurus or Giganotosaurus. That's the tongue. Look
So
how
you
big.
got to put it inside.
Exactly. It's got a nictitating membrane, eye moves left and right, the eye socket moves left and right.
Oh my god.
I'm getting ready to do a scene with this.
What's funny is, how much goes into these animatronics? Granted, it's not as much that would go into the actual science and the lab work if in their universe. But even out here in our universe, there's still so much that goes on on the creation side of things for the puppets and whatnot. It's mind-bending to me, they make these puppets look so good because, like, here's the thing. I think about Jim Henson's work and I think about a lot of movies from the 80s, and some of those puppets looked okay, but I never really bought puppets. Anytime I was a kid watching movies in the 80s or even in the 90s, puppets always kind of took me out the same way that stop motion animation took me out. And again, with Jurassic Park, it was a combination of the CGI working in tandem with the animatronics that it became instant magic that just worked on screen. But I will admit that in some of the older 80s movies, a puppet on screen did kind of screamed fake to me. It depended on the puppet. It depended on how it was used. Red Letter Media has a running gag where they say wet puppet, you know, anytime they're watching a terrible B, C, D, or E, or even F movie, and best of the worst, it comes up a lot, wet puppets. So, but overall, I really feel bad that the Giganotosaurus was like, you'll never really, I don't know if they'll ever use it again.
So many thank yous, but also congratulations for a masterpiece.
Okay, Laura Dern, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I don't know that I'd say masterpiece. There's a full shot from the movie itself, Giganotosaurus, and that's her or him or them all put together. Keep trying to see the very next. Goes by. There we go. It goes by so fast. There we go. Yeah, that's the one with the prosthetic arm. And it makes me wonder, is that the same baryonyx from Fallen Kingdom? And if I'm remembering correctly, weren't there multiple baryonyx on Isla Nublar? Didn't we see that in Camp Cretaceous? I think. Either way. So that's the Creature Workshop tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The animatronics are some of my favorite parts of these movies. I hope that one day, again, I get to touch and feel and interact with one in real life. I probably never will. I'm nobody of note or consequence enough for that to happen. But it would be a dream come true to have one of those. I do hope that they preserve them for posterity's sake. Maybe in some sort of film museum or something. I don't know. I just hope they don't let them go to pot. But fun. Animatronics are really great in this series, and I can't wait to see what they do going forward. Thank you guys so much for checking out another Jurassic related video, and I'll see you, I guess, when I see you.